Thank you so much, KZN. Welcome to another edition, Extra Time. A man who has done a lot in a Comrade Marathon, not only in South Africa, but he has done a lot even abroad to Oceans Marathon. He needs no introduction once again. Namhlanje samukele uBongumusa wakamthembu. Mvelas asikubingelele kwiGagasi.
Ngiyabonga bhuti wami, ngibonge ithuba. Thanks for having me.
Sekunesikhathi sagcina ukukhuluma due to le pandemic le khona. Izinto zihamba kanjani?
No, bhuti wami, umuntu we hanging there, it's been difficult, I must say. It's been difficult, after you're doing such a long time, and then all of a sudden something just break off. I've been running non-stop for like 15 years. Then all of a sudden this thing breaking. Sometimes ezinye izinto mazenzeka because it happened years ago where comrades cancelled because of izimpi, and I've never thought ukuthi nathi esikhathini sethu kungenzeka, and but I'm hanging there. I'm strong. I believe so, and yeah, so far and ngisaphila ngisaright, and kuyajabulisa ukuba nangamlana ngalesikhathi, and ngisakwazi ukuthola ithuba elinje bhuti wami. This is our platform, for you to giving me this opportunity. I think I need to be grateful about that, and maybe it shows ukuthi maybe Bongumusa has built his name, has built his brand, and hopefully I've always say ukuthi maybe ukhona umuntu ozofunda out of izinto esengizenzile abone okuright nokupositive.
Ubeke kwacaca ukuthi igama lakho usulenzile, and iComrade Marathon I think bekuqala emva kwesikhathi eside ukuthi iphoze ingabi khona kuleminyaka. Ngesikhathi nitshela ukuthi ngeke ibe khona iComrade Marathon, especially kunina ama-athletes, wena especially record holder, kutheni kuwena mabekutshela lezi ukuthi okay kulonyaka sinayo iComrade Marathon?
Yeah, man. I think I was maybe like in 30 minutes or 40 minutes. I was a little bit confused, and thinking, "Ukuthi ngizokwenzani? What next?" And remember, Budam, this is what I do for living. And once into efana naleyo mayenzeka, you're thinking about sponsorship, your team, your surroundings, and your family, your kids. I'm a father, so and you camanga zonke lezo zinto lezo, and I couldn't believe, but maybe in the next couple of hours, then I had to sit down and ngiyamkele and looking at the alternative ways yokwenza uBongumusa be relevant, yokukhipha uBongumusa nane brand nanama sponsorship wami happy kwethemba lokuthi konke kwenzakala ngalosikhathi, because mase kwenzakalile we thought maybe okay just for only this year, and maybe other thing later of the year is will happening, and we said, okay, let's accept it, let's move on. Maybe after Comrade there will be something else, or then we had to look it for that. Luckily, I've did some other, awareness. I remember I went to Northern Cape. I met Siyabonga Nomvete. I met Abo John Smith. I met Abo Makayantini. It was such amazing. I met, for the first time, actually, I met Uteko Modize, Matthew Booth. So we were together running with a cat. Maybe some of the people, they saw that on TV. So it was a good opportunity again for me, different experience, but I did enjoy it. After that, there was a Cape Town Marathon, of which I ran my best time. Can you imagine with the lockdown, untrained, and then all of a sudden you ran your PB. So it was quite amazing, and hopefully my mind and my soul is still strong at the point.
Omunye umuntu angabuza ukuthi the time, as you mentioned, ukuthi qhamuka zonke lezi zinto, and now you were given it time ukuthi ugijime ku Cape Town Marathon. Ngesikhathi kunama lockdowns yonke lento, nawe uhlalile wangatrainer or usitholile isikhathi esincane for you ukuthi utraine njengoba usho ukuthi kunabantu marathon aqhamuke esikhaleni, uvalile nawe ngesikhathi kuthiwa lockdown noma ukwazile ukuthola isikhashana? Ngiyazi indawo ophila kuyona inazo intaba ongakwazi ukutrain, uvalile completely noma ukwazile ukugijima utrain?
Pudam, to be honest, it was difficult to train because uBongumusa, and if anything happens, you know. So I was very conscious, and the time to where we locked down, we can't train. I remember I had to decide ukuthi ngiye ekhaya, move from a city where la ngikhona kakhulu due to ama facilities okujima esiwasebenzisayo. So I had to ukuthi ngiye ekhaya. So ekhaya kungcono kune yard elikhulu, and ngatrain. I remember there was a time when nami ngiround ekhaya, but to be honest but it was frustrating, and luckily lokho kwaba khona for like 2 or 3 weeks, for like a month. Then after that we were allowed with a certain time. Then after that ngakwazi ukutrain. Bokunzima kakhulu but ukwenza into ongayijwayele. And you remember me, I've always said nabangibachena abantu abase close nami ukuthi I'm not angijimi mina ngenzela ukubukwa ukuthi okay simbonile gijima. So i-training nesession engiyenzayo isuke very important. So ingakho ngiyenza endaweni where ngizokwenza ngifocus khona ngingaphazamiseki. You know thina we grew up in rural areas where qhamuka umuntu omdala ethi awumfana kabani. So you can't just run, you have ukuthi ume khombisa respect as umuntu omdala. So it's difficult ukuthi ungakwenza lo just because uzobongumusa. So ezinye zezinto ezenza ukuthi ngikwazi ukutraina eduze kwasekhaya, ngiye endaweni eseceleni where ngibangedwa ngifocus ku-training. So ngakwazi ukuthi ngenze lokho, yakwazi ukuqhubeka i-training. Although but I must say ukuthi it's difficult ukuthi ungatraina ungazi ukuthi uyaphi, because if thina trainer we know ukuthi lesikhathi what we do at a certain point, this is what we do, we pick a point siyifuna kuphi going to a race. So kungekho lokho the very important thing esasiyenza ukuthi just to keep umzimba nje ukuze ungalahleki kakhulu. If ever anything's happen or iqhamuka kube easy ukuthi pick up then ungene ku-training kuye khona.
Ngiyazi ukuthi akusiwo umbuzo alright, nempendulo engizoyithola ngiyazi ngeke ibe accurate, but omunye umuntu angabuza ukuthi as ushilo nawe ukuthi isinkwa sakho lesi ungabi khona kwe-comrade, sonke we were looking forward to celebrate our 100 years i-comrade, and also we were looking forward nakuwena breaking i-record lakho vele likhona. Ikuphazamise kanjani financially i-lockdown?
You know, I mean, honestly, Putwam, as you said, earlier, and I think this is kungifundisa okuningi since uqalile lesifo sibhekene naso. Ngifunde okuningi. Ngizogodla engade ngingakusho ngenxa ukuthi mhlambe it will be a nice history musu kufunda kubhaliwe ukuthi uBongumusa what he went through ngesikhathi kune lockdown eNingizimu Afrika due to COVID. But all in all but once nje kangifushane ngingathi luckily angizange ngiyishintshe i-lifestyle yami. Whenever kukhona izinto ezakalayo kubonakala uBongumusa eshintsha ewini comrades nani zonke lezo zinto, but I've never changed. Angizange ngisho ukuthi okay ngoba nakusenza ukuthi ngishintshe indawo engihlala kuyona, ngishintshe imoto engihamba ngazo, angizange ngikwenze lokho. I still live a life ngangiliphila 10 years ago, 15 years ago, 20 years ago, because I think in my parents wami that's what abangifundisa kona, ukuzazi ukuthi ngobani despite ukuthi kwenzakalana empilweni yakho, zihloniphe, uzazi ukuthi uphuma apho ubani, then konke kuyolandela. I think konke bhuti wami lokho kuqoqwa impendulo yakho kulele lapho ukuthi angizange ngishintshe, ngisaphila impilo ade ngiyiphila. So kuthe noma kwenzeka lokho kahle nabaxhasi bami kuze kube namhlanje bangikhuluma naye bhuti wami akaze basho into eshintshayo. I think that's what kept me going even now.
Masingena kulonyaka nathi we were looking forward to ama-tournaments amaningi nawe, as you mentioned kusana lokho kusaba o-third wave nani. Kulo nyaka mawuqala mawuplana nawe as irunner, yini kade usuthe uzoyenza-ke kuwona lo nyaka, especially indaba ye-comrade, especially indaba yokugijima? Mhlambe kulo nyaka yini osuparticipate kuyona? 1 2 yini osuplane ukuyenza kuwona nje lo nyaka?
Yeah, no, you know, the time iqala indaba ye-COVID but we seen ama-race organizers eqala manje enza lento zama-virtual races, and the first interview I did, I remember ngasho ngathi this is very dangerous to our sport, especially because not all of us akade sesiwenzile amagama wethu. Can you imagine umuntu osolapha in development, then all of a sudden sekuthiwa kune-virtual race, then how you can invite umuntu ongenalo igama, who never run, ongenaso isikhathi esitshetshayo, whether 10 Ks or 21 or 42 kuya kwi-ultra marathon. So I've said that ukuthi kuyingozi lokho. I wish ukuthi ne-federation KZN kuye kuyofaka ku-Athletics South Africa ingakuvumi lokho, because ama-athlete azosafarisha more. Because let me tell you, and this is the honesty, ukuthi the most race organizers esinawo eNingizimu Afrika besebona business kwi-running. It's not about athletes now. That's why we were always complaining about imali ezikhokhelwayo whoever who won that race. And ngesikhathi kwenzeka lokho, I've learned ukuthi uBongumusa fanele aphile without running. He must able to do ezinye izinto beside running. Luckily, Putwam, as we talk of air, life has changed now. We going to digital now by forced. So I had to learn those into Putwam. Maybe abantu abangazi bebengazi uBongumusa how shy he was. But now I'm able to speak kanje because there is nothing else ezongenza ukuthi ngikwazi ukumarketeka if ngakwazi ukukhuluma. So I had to learn that. I had to learn to face a camera. I had to learn to face a microphone because abantu they thought maybe this is easy, you know. It's not easy where kukhona abantu behind the scenes and they looking bonke labantu they've listening to you nomhlaba wonke jikelele but to do into esiyenza but I had to learn lo. I had to find ezinye indlela zokwakha ibrand uqhubana nebrand uBongumusa. So I think ezinye izinto engizitholile after i-lockdown ziqhamuke through to my social media and I've seen ukuthi it's working and I've tried ukuthi ngikhiphe ngibe relevant ngezinto eziright nezakhayo. Yes, of course somewhere I will throw my jokes but at the end of the day, I think now abantu they've realized ukuthi uBongumusa social media is taking very serious. I got post noma yini whenever I post our person yakha and I've got a lot of messages but abantu abafuna ulwazi and I'm being honest kubona ukubatshela ukuthi mina angikwazi ukuhlanganisa izinto eziningi. For now I'm an athlete. When times comes ukuthi ngibe ucoach noma iadvisor ngokwenza lokho. The only thing because I've been through such izinto ezinzima when it's come to decision making mangabe uqhubeka ne-running. So I don't want young athletes mangabe efuna ungena afike sibona thina now adlule kulezi zinto engidlile zona. I've always said Putwam ukuthi lento ekhulunyayo about soccer, rugby ukuthi those guys they must teach how to handle the finances, you know, stuff like that. But nathi as athlete siyadinga ukwazi. There's a time Putwam uhleli kanje boardroom kufanele wenza decision making because izinto ezikhona. If ungazange ufundiswe you end up uba ne-problem. Uthathe okukhulu but in the short term instead of uthathe okuncane instead long term. Lezo zinto Putwam abantu abasebechazela izinto ezakhayo but for now I'm looking ukuthi kube sesiyaqala manje siba nawo ama-races amanye aqhamukayo ngenhlanhla kube khona ama-invitation engibe nawo ngonyaka ophelile akwazi ukuthi angibooste nginoqhubeka kwakhe igama lokuBongumusa namanje futhi silindile kuzama ama-SA Championship njengoba kudlula nje le weekend esiyakuyona ngisho ngezayo mhla ka-1 then again ngithole invite kwi-Nedbank bazama ukubreak i-record lika-50 kilometers so bacela ukuthi angibe ingxenye angiyona-ke i-pace setter nami ngokugijima ukusho ukuthi makwenzeka gcina umuntu engena kuma-position noma siya lapho ekubreakeni i-record so ubona khona Putwam yenzeka Island PE siyayazi abagijima ukuthi indawo enhle kakhulu iyalehlula iTheku asinayo i-flat course and iTheku thina-ke abagijimi sesingaziningi into esingazichaza ngeTheku Islandani Port Elizabeth isayinhle kakhulu Putwam and bayihlonipha kakhulu i-running umkomelo muhle kakhulu. I think abagijimi bajabula ukuthi bazobe beyingxenye after such a long time bengagijimi.
Bongumusa sengikwazi for a long time and into engiyithanda ngayo nengiyibonayo manje sisakhuluma i-growth uyasho ukuthi iziningi into ofundile especially in terms of ama-interviews and how you handle your social media ebashayayo abantu abaningi. Ucabanga ukuthi leli gama lakho the ulakhile nebrand yakho iyona ekutakule kakhulu in terms of makunayo le COVID in terms of uthi nakhona ke manje abantu sebeqala sebevulele ukwenza ama-race umuntu ofika aqala ekhaya uBongumusa Mthembu to draw attention yabantu. Do you think ibrand yakho isikuleso simo sokuthi manje wonke umuntu ufuna uku-associate nayo?
As much as ngisafisa Putwam ukuthi ngiqhubeke you know to build ibrand yami ibe more internationally, you know, if ngingena into details aki ngiyakwazi ukungena kuyona manje ngihlaziye ngibheke where iba ne-impact kakhulu. So I need to still go international more and ngiyabona ukuthi I've worked after it's like 7 to 10 months period ngiyabona ukuthi ngiwenzile umehluko kuyiqiniso kodwa wami ukuthi ingisize kakhulu social media and kuyiqiniso ukuthi ngiyabona ukuthi sengilakhile igama sengilakhile nge-social media and kuko konke engikutholile since bekhona i-lockdown iqala i-covid I can guarantee and sure kodwa wami ukuthi ngikuthole through social media namanje njengobusho you know mina ngiyaziwa ukuthi ngispecialize kuma ultra marathons so kunabafana abagijima say half marathon abagijima 69 namhlanje uyifugijima umfana ku 21 ugijima 64 and less so mina those my best time years back but invite manje khona it tells you something ukuthi uBongumusa has done something right yenza ukuthi ama race organizers amthanda so angiloko kuphuthwa ngokungabazisi namanje uba ngimenywe kuma SA championships that's 21 kilometers baningi abagijima abaspecialize ngo21 but abamenywanga so bayazi abagijima masikhuluma nge-invitation ukuthi it doesn't go with the invitation it goes with something on ngena ikhuluma behind before kuze kube niyavunyelana noma bayasho nabo ukuthi simeme noBongumusa so yeah kungisebenzele kakhulu bhuti wami and ngisafisa ukuthi iqhubeke but of course i-covid ibe ne-impact ngendlela kade ngibona ngakhona people they were angry bengibona ngilose i-comrade ka-2019 and they don't have idea ukuthi how I felt and that's why ngisho bhuti wami ukuthi ezinye izinto sengifundile ukuthi angizigodle ukuze ngizikhiphe emqulwini mhlambe nawe uyoceba bayolangazelela abantu ukuthi bawuthole mangabe sowukhona
ngiyayizwa le ncwadi ne-information ezophuma to that ngeke si-unpack manje but kuningi osekwenzakalile you mentioned ukuthi nakhona kuningi ukufila the time uluza yona leyo comrade awuzange usathola ithuba lokurectify lokho now sekunale covid la ngifuna sibe honest sobabili sinawe ngoba ngingena ngala ngene ngala usasebenza noXolani
I know kodwa amangisasebenza asasebenzi noma Peter you know I don't know ukuthi how can I put this in such a way so that bezobona abantu ukuthi I'm trying ukuthi ngenze izinto professionally and I'm trying ukuthi ngingahlanganisi i-personal life yami bese ngiyilethe kwi-environment engikuyona ngokomdlalo engikwenzayo and I wish ukuthi nanoma kuthiwa ubani oyibukayo le session yamanje ozwayo futhi ukuthi ngikhiphile la ukuthi angisasebenzisana noma Peter akubeke njengoba ngishilo you know but I've learned ukuthi abantu how they behave uma benawe and how they behave uma bengenawe and kumina konke lokho kuyangikhulisa I was listening to Steve Harvey the other day enza i-motivational speaker washo wathi you know ukuthi uhlangabezana nazo zonke izinto ezikhona mhlambe eziyinkinga kakhulu mhlambe izona ezikwakhayo I've never taught mina ukuthi how to handle into eseyiqhama ngaphandle eseyishintshile uma uyizwa seyiqhamusa seyifika kuwena because that's how we are as abantu unfortunately but I must say this kubonakala kakhulu kuthina abantu abampisholo but ke I think nami it's indlela yokukhula and kufanele ngikwamukele kwakubhlungu ukuhlukana kwami noMabhida in such a way ukuthi kunabantu bhuti wami ekade bengazi ukuthi because mina ngumgijimi ngisebhodweni imini ophekwayo so kunabantu ade bebuka ibhodwe ukuthi lihle kangakanani but abazi ukuthi ongaphakathi njani so bakhona abazile kumina bakhuluma nami futhi basho ukuthi Bongumusa yazi siyathanda lento eseniyibuka eseniyenzayo and yinhle mhlawumbe I'm sure mhlawumbe you've noticed uBongumusa he won comrade ngikusho lokho because I know mhlawumbe wena ngakunikeza futhi ithulo ukuthi kubheke engekho umlungu akekho umuntu wawini comrades umlungu behind the scenes engekho I've did that twice nobabuyili kanjalo naXolani ngaphinda futhi naXolani ekhona So there is a lot of things butwam ezenzakalayo behind when I saw ngibona that 5 hours in Kichimi Comrades. I'm training from November mina the previous year kuya the following year unokuzana uMay iComrades izoba ngoJune. So I'm training for like 6 months max ukuthi ngilungisele iComrades. So there are a lot of things ezenzakalayo just for only the 5 hours and when 5.5 ngisuke ngofuna kwiComrades marathon.
But niseyabangani?
To be honest, Budam, I've never been a friend no Mapita from the start because I've respect him as a coach and I've never ngizikhathanise naye and the time city siyabonakala ukuthi siyahlukana kokuyiloko nje ukuthi siyahlukana. So angeke ngisho asebona because we've never been a friend. I've never socialized noXolani because let's be honest, how you can socialize no coach? Because I mean, if you are an athlete, there will be sometimes work fun to celebrate to win it. You can't do that in front of your coach because I mean, let's talk about respect in jalo without any izinto eziningana but not ukuthi ngoba ngithi asibona asange sebangani sasingezwane sihlangane somsebenzi kuphela cha but sasiyazi indlela esihambayo ukuthi sihamba lathina once kwakhala impempe yathi ishayile imithwalo sami nesikhwama sami kuye ekhaya ngongeke ukuthi uzongibona ngihleli no coach after noma ngeweekend noma mhlambe during period after lokhu ukuthi asijima loso sikhathi.
Into engithanda ngawe honest. Ngiyakwazi awufihli and futhi iqiniso liyaphilisa.
Yes.
Masikhuluma ngaye comrade niyo nokuwina kwakho nezinto ezenzeka ukuthi ungakwazi ukuvikela whatever also ayibeka kwi-comrade. Makuthiwa liyafika ithuba namhlanje sibuyela kwi-comrade siyaqala. Sekunesikhathi esiningi ongagijimi kuyona. Yini yokuqala ofuna ukuyenza? Because ngiyazi kuba naleyo pressure ukuthi usazokwazi nokuyina usazokwenza mhlambe kuwena makuthiwa today kuyabuyela kwi-comrade seniyaqala na train mhlambe yini ofuna uku-achieve kuleyo comrade yokuqala after i-lockdown?
I think ukuqala buntu wami ukube out of my comfort zone ngihlukumeze kakhulu emqondweni at the same time ngiyo ngakhiwa ukuze ngoba into eshayayo kakhulu ukuthi uthi uku starting line ube wazi ukuthi ubani ngimbonile ukuthi utheni because you guys ninendlela yenu yokubeka izinto mangithe mina right ngifit wena masubhala noma ukhuluma ngeke usho kanjalo uzobeka in such a way ukuthi ozobona adayi uthe ko 45 so you know first thing lezo zinto ukuthi ngenze kanjalo ukuthi ngibe out of my comfort zone ngibe ngedwa to find my inner mina straight ukuthi this is what into engizoyenza ngalesikhathi ngoba isifikile izoba khona then ku starting line but I believe ukuthi bese ngikwazi ukugijima iComrades first. Number 2 bese ngikwazi ukucompete kwiComrades at my highest ability nanokuthi nami ngeComrades ngine vision ukuthi bengifisa ukuthi okanye nginamanje ngisakufisa ukuthi ngiwini iComrade ngikuphinda ngoba each and every year kwiComrade but wami kusuke kunento entsha eqhamukayo ngikulindele ukuthi kunento entsha futhi ke ezoqhamuka kuleyo Comrades leyo eyoba khona ngoba I've always said but wami ukuthi manje kwiComrades for the past maybe 3 years kuya emuva ke 9 years 8 years akusefani weka kade kwaziwa ukuthi oh this guy is coming and uzoyiwina just like that easy. We know I was had a discussion nomunye umfana manje uThobani Chagwe I think on Monday kade nginaye sizokwenza ishopping yamalokuzana yaMateku sisizo idistrict for the first time ever in my career idistrict ezongisiza so it was amazing. Ngathi kuyena if uyakwazi ukuhlaziya irunning ngitshene manje umuntu obonayo ukuthi angankinga kuwena ukuthi ngeke uzokwazi ukugijima kahle kwiComrades i-mentality yokuqala leyo ufana ube nayo kwiComrades nokuhlaza iComrades nokubheka the previous Comrades or winners iComrades or let's say maybe top 5 and he only mentioned me no Edward I mean, let's be honest. Not about ukuthi laba hlambe sithi angeke basenze ukuthi nani. But we're looking at the age, we're looking at isikhathi asebesigijimile comrades abo Ludwig Mamabolo, abo Gift Keleho, David Kedebe. Abantu abadala but I think now they are 40 in 40s, and next year if comrades is happen bawo 41. So mina ngizobe ngisalengele lapho, including now Edward. So ngiyake kulento yokuthi khona omusha ozoqhamuka engamazi ofanile nayo Edward 2019 and comrade but wami kubiza ukuthi fanele uhlale phansi uyihlaziye. That's why abantu they don't understand ukuthi how difficult it is to train for a comrade. It's easy to run a comrade, but to train for a comrade, that's the most difficult thing but yeah.
Sesophetha khona indaba yangiphatha kabuhlungu, angazi wena ekuphatha kanjani. Sasuke eMaritzburg koqala unyaka ishintsho icomrade izophelela eMabhida. Mawudlule eKingsmith washaya isikhathi futhi washaya kwakuzobe record.
Yes.
Waphatheka kabi ukuthi awu acknowledgewanga ngomsebenzi wayo wenza, especially ngalelo record la kufica eMabhida.
I think lokho kodwami the time ngidlula, I remember I looked at my watch and ngabona ukuthi the last 200 ekade ngizoyenza ngaphakathi eKingsmith I could have break a record. And I've tried ukuthi ngibe strong for that last 2Ks ukudlula eKingsmith, 3Ks uya eMoses Mabhida. I've tried to be strong. Okwangiphatha kabi ukuthi even i-announcer ngesikhathi ngingena e-stadium ayizange kusho lokho. Ama-commentators wo wonke ama-radio station nakhona ku-TV abazange bakumenshine lokho. But it can back mina but wami ukuthi that's why ngithi I'm sorry to mention enyile kozana but wami, and SABC ngafike ngasho the time ngifikile benginikezile opportunity yokucommentator. Ngabatshena ngathi akungiphathi kahle mina ukuze umuntu ecommentator kwi-rugby, a-commentator kwi-soccer, aphinda zo-commentator la kwi-running, because these people abazilutho nge-running. Kwi-script but wami masinikezwa balinda i-script. Mina mangizosebenza ngihlala kanjeni angiphathi lutho. Why? Because I can see umgijimi from kwi-camera ekwi-helicopter ukuthi ubani loya, because I know I'm in that field. We need those people so that bezokwazi ukuhlaziya bakhulume uma benza i-commentary. Okwangiphatha kabi lokho, but ingakho ngasho ngathi ngiyafisa ukuthi bonke lezi insizwa nentokazi ezagijima azibuye ukuze izona ezizokhulisa isport, ngoba vele iningi labantu abakwi-sport manje ama-ex-players. So why can't ungenzeki kwi-running? Usisimona ukhona kuleya nhlangano wakwenza lokho, wabaletha ububuyi Mtolo, nami ngikhona manje ngiyanikezwe ithuba. Baningi abanye abakhona eJoburg kakhulukazi la kwenziwa khona i-running abakhona. So kwaba kubuhlungu but wami angeke ngiyangithi mina angifuni ukuthi ngizisho mina kunzima futhi abanye abanhlamba bagcina umuntu ngathi uyazitshena, but I believe ukuthi abantu abafana nani but wami ibona okufanele mabenza i-intro. This is I'm sure ukuthi I'm sorry to mention mhlawumbe kube ngimhlophe nani, but that's the reality. Ukube njalo but ngabe this is a huge things. Even unayo David Kedebe but he broke a record, but our Kobutaki but is just like nje. Yeah, but at the end of the day but I've always challenged Nani and the members of your media ukuthi if ever ngikhuluma you guys mention lento le kuwo wonke ama radio station, kuwo wonke amaphepha mention lento le, because mhlambe nathi la sibhala khona kuyoba khona because mina ngangidlula, that's why it's not written. But mangabe sekuthiwa khona umqulo ophumayo I'm sure ukuthi lento ingenzeka kwaba buhlungu. That's why ngathi mangiqeda that's 2018 with comrades I was very emotionally kodwa noma sengikwazi ukuzibamba, unlike mangako sengiqeda kubene kube khona, but after because nanje nani abantu bemedia kuzoba nesithombe blah blah nani, and then after like 20 minutes that's where it came to mina sengibuka isikhathi sengilimisile iwashi then ngikwabonakala because ngalithepha lapha iwashi ukuthi ngilimisa. So mase ngibuyela khona because bengenandaba nalolo last 3 case lo ngangifuna le distance mina, ya kwaba buhlungu kakhulu. And bangibona nabaphathi bami bangibuza ukuthi yini into ekwenza ube emotional kanje ngakusho ngakumention, but at the end of the day bhuti wami ufanele ukwamukele, and hopefully ukuthi abantu njengoba sikhuluma manje they've seen ukuthi into enkulu kangakanani leyo, and today ngabe sikhuluma enye into okwaba nakhona futhi ubuhlungu ukuthi i-Comrade Marathon Association ikulengisele ngeqatha owazi ukuthi ngeke uzulibamba bhuti wami, the same thing abayenzile nakwi-Two Oceans Marathon, bathi asibreak record lika 303 first i-route ishintshile, whether they get put to 2 million bhuti wami, they quite sure ukuthi angeke kwenzeke. So uComrade Marathon ngangilindele ukuthi mangabe bandisa i-distance bhuti wami, they will put maybe isamba esithile semali sokusimotivator. Exactly, instead ukuthi bamise the same time but ama-kilometer are different. So this thing bhuti wami, it goes a long way ukuthi kwenzeka kanjani, including i-federation provincially ne-Athletics South Africa, you know, ukulungisa zonke lezi zinto lezi thina ngeke sesithi kade ngumgijimi mina, and I've always say ukuthi abagijimi akufanele bazi ukuthi banama injury, bangabizi ngamagama injury, because uma umgijimi once wazi igama la injury phelile ngeke usaphinda ugijima. Ngizama ukuthi bhuti wami umgijimi ufocusa kugijima, nasuqala sokuhlanganisa konke ukukhuluma ungala ku-administrator then kuyalahleka okunye, unfortunately yona ke running elahlekayo. So I'm trying my best ukuthi ngifocus lapho bhuti wami up until kube isikhathi la sengithi ide ngilibusele eceleni sengokhuluma lezi zinto.
U-strong Bongumusa, angikusho lokho ngalento qeda ukuyisho, kuningi oku-strong ngakho abantu abanye abangakwazi.
Yes.
Into engiyifundile kuwena ukubhekisa phansi ikhanda all the time, and ukhulume noNkulunkulu wakho wenza umsebenzi obizelwe wona. But kuko konke lokho kuba strong kwakho Bongumusa nokwenza kahle kwakho, ngiyafisa ukwazi sesiphetha from my side and nabantu ababukayo ukuthi kuningi osudlule kona, okunye kokuphathe kabi, okunye abanye abantu bebengeke bakwazi ukukumela, engeke ngikusho la esasikona sobabili. But yini le ngaso sonke isikhathi Bongumusa njalo uphatheke kabi, khona into ekuhluphile emoyeni, khona okwenzeka la empilweni yakho, yini le ngaso sonke isikhathi ehlezi ekugcina ukuphansi, isimo samkele ngendlela yakho away from abantu kodwa uqhubeka ube strong? Yini le ngaka ophiwe yona thina singayazi? Because mina ngikubonile kuningi osodlule kona, even ne-training esingesikhulume ngayo owayo train le-comrade engesikhulume ngayo. Yini le ngaka Bongumusa ekwenza ukuthi ngaso sonke mawuhlangana nalezi zinto kodwa uthi bhekisa ikhanda ngizokwenza kodwa?
First time bhuti wami ngiqala ukungena kwi-Comrades 2009 kwabokuqala abalishumi, ngathi mangifika ekhaya ngibuya ngikhuliswe ngomsamo mina mfethu, futhi ngiyaziqhenya ngokuthi abazali bami ngibabonile beya emsamo ekitchen beguqa bebheke phezulu emsamo bambiza uNkulunkulu balibiza nethongo. So I'm proud, ngikusho all over the world lokho ukuthi that is my route, and nanamhlanje angisabi mina bhuti wami ukwenza lokho. Nginokukholelwa ekutheni ukuthi the time ngiqala kokuqala bhuti wami mina angizange ngibe nenhlanhla ukuthi ngiye university higher education ngibe nama diploma degree nani, angizange ngibe nawo lo nhlanhla, kepha uNkulunkulu utheme ngikhanyisela, wangikhanyisela umqondo wokukhula ngaso sonke isikhathi entweni ezenzakalayo kuwena. Ngithe kuwena eqaleni ngifunde ukuthi zonke izinto ezenzakalayo kuwena fanele uvume ukuthi zakukhulisa lezo zinto. Mhlambe that is the way mina kwakwazi ukuthi ngizohamba ngidlule kona. Into yokuqala ngizitshena yona leyo. Mase kwenzekile konke okungiphatha ngendlela okungiphatha ngayo, nginesikhathi bayazi ekhaya bake bangangiboni ngilapha, kanti mhlambe ngisekhonini lami engeke ngilichaze ukuthi diplo lokhona lami, ngisekhonini lami wengingedwa khona ngizifuna mina ngobani ngamukela ekhona izinto bhuti wami okumele uzamukele ungazizibi uzamukele ukuthi zenzekile ufune indlela yokuqhubeka phambili ngeke uzube nayo but ngineqiniseko sokuthi bakhona abantu abazokunikeza indlela eyaphambili I've surrounded abantu abahlukahlukene mina omunye ngendlela akhuluma ngayo kuyangaka omunye ngendlela negative ngayo kuyangaka kodwa ekugcineni uma ngabe uphume nemfundiso ekhaya yokuzazi ukuthi ubani yokuzazi empilweni ukuthi ufunani yokwazi empilweni ukuthi kuzokwenzeka ukuthi kuzoshona phansi kuzonyuka isondo lemonto liyajika jika mhlambe njoba kumnyama kuzokusa kusasa mhlambe nje kubujabule namhlanje kusasa kuzoba inyembezi you know the other situation eyenzeka kumina awoni comrade in the same year something tragedy happened kumina and I couldn't enjoy ukuwina comrade because something happened you know zonke lezo zinto uyabuya ngihlale phansi ngingedwa ngibuza ukuthi mhlambe uNkulunkulu ngenzeni what I've done wrong or maybe lokhu kuzongikhulisa I think kuko konke bhuti wami I can ngingankanta ngibhekele nale kodwa ekugcineni I believe ukuthi uNkulunkulu khona I believe ukuthi ithongo lami likhona and kuze kube namhlanje ngimile izo zonke lezo zinto nginenhlanhla ngoba elinye ithongo lami lisakhona okuma wami so ngisakwazi you know thina bhuti wami afolo ngasho kuma the time ngifika kuyena we angihaka wangiqabula emlomeni not esiphongweni esihlathini emlomeni straight wathi ngiyaziqhenya ngawe mfana wami ngapho ngamtshela ngathi mayi kuphelile ngisho noma kuthiwa ngafa namhlanje kuphelile you know lokho because thina we grew up nasazi umfana ukuthi usentabeni yashawa yaqhathwa uyabuya ntambama nenkomo mengabe ngekho izingabuyanga imfuyo ulala lapho that's how we grew up you know so ukuthola kumzali wakho not ukuthi uma ngoba wewe ngasinikeza uthando wesinikeza uthando mas since ubaba shona 97 she was with us and wasifukamela njengesikhukhukazi namhlanje kube simile samadoda usenesizukulwane sakhe namhlanje so ilonto mina bhuti wami esangenza namhlanje ukuthi ngisamile esangenza namhlanje ukuthi ngiyakwazi ukuzithola ukuthi ngubani emaphutheni wonke umuntu enzakalayo empilweni ebuhlungwini wonke umuntu abhekana nabo but egcineni ukuhlala phansi ukufunda ukuthi ubani uzazi ukuthi ubani uzuthola indlela eyaphambili I remember ama Olympics uUsain Bolt enze i-false start after that wakhipha incwadi because abantu abaningi bayakhuluma kakhulu enze le false start sonke sasilindile ukuthi uzophinda win 200 kanjani 100 meters last 100 wenza i-false start wa disqualify after that wakhipha incwadi ngayithenga le ncwadi ngayifunda wathi yebo ngiyabathanda abathandi bakaUsain Bolt yebo ngiyabazi ngiyabahlonipha abaUsain abathandi banabalandeli bakaUsain Bolt kodwa ekugcineni kumele ngizazi mina kuqala ukuze anything eyenzakalayo emahlweni abantu ngikwazi ukuyamkela 99.9% bhuti wami abantu abathanda uBongumusa nento ayenzayo kuwini comrade they don't know ukuthi what I'm going through lezi nyanga engizibalile I've always appear ngijabule ngihleka ngigijima ngenza zonke izinto but now mase ngingedwa endlini bancane abaziyo ukuthi uBongumusa what is going through which is life leyo bhuti wami kumele uyamkele indlela kumele ukhuliswe ngayo lastly bhuti wami egcineni ngibe nenhlanhla ukuthi iDepartment of Sport kwaZulu Natal iyasiza ePrime ukuthi wesinikeze ukweluleka ngokwengqondo ngokwezemidlalo ushuthi ama sports psychology namanje ngiphezulu lo hlelo bhuti wami iCovid isibulele kakhulu we need ukwakhiwa emqondweni how to stand ku starting line going forward because kuzoba nzima bhuti wami njoba uyibuza le nto leyo omunye ungayithatha ngento encane is a huge thing after such a long time ukuqeda ngisho u20 kilometers or 21 kilometers uBongumusa umuntu olindele ukuthi akenze something you know namanje I know ukuthi I've got a plan ukuthi ngizogijima next week but I know ukuthi kuloyo race I'm not going for win or maybe podium but who knows that mangihlulekile uzothi wayiphelile indaba yakhe so I had to deal with that so that ngizokwazi ukuqhubekela phambili
isekhaya la hlezi ngikutshela I hope ukuthi akusona it's not the last time sikhuluma uzothi mawuqeda lapho uphinde sikhulume nezinye izinto sazozenza kubona lo nyaka angingabe ukugcina kwale interview noma inini mawufuna sizokhuluma ungitshele sikhuluma but ngicela ukubonga kakhulu isikhathi osiphe sona sakho. 2 nenhlolimpo hlezi uyirepresenta kubantu as you mentioned ukuthi uma wenza njalo first time uwina waziqhenya ngawo abantu bangasekhaya eBhulu abaziqhenya not only abantu bakhona kuphela ibrand yakhe isinkulu went to London nakhona abantu bakhona bayaziqhenya kunabantu abafuna ukubona wenza lokho kwenzayo. Asibonge kakhulu Sibongumusa ngesikhathi osiphe sona sikufisela inhlanhla ukuthi nalezi ikhathi enzima ze-COVID zisekhona kodwa uNkulunkulu akugcine ukwazi ukubhekana nefamily yakho uphinde futhi ukwazi ukuzimisela uqhubeke ukwenze lokho obizela ukukwenza. Siyabonga kakhulu ngesikhathi osiphe sona.
Ngiyabonga kakhulu kodwa ngibonga ithuba unginikeza lona. I've always been grateful uma ngabe sithola leli thuba. We've always seen izinto ezifana lezi zenzeka kuma-soccer, rugby, cricket players, but ukubona kwenzeka kwi-running I've always say ukuthi I hope and believe ukuthi one day ikhona ingane encane eyokhula ibona ukuthi ngambona uBongumusa umgijimi enza kanje naye ikhule seyifunda in such environment esesikuyona manje zingane sikhula ziyaphambili and nami ngibe nethemba lokuthi ngokwazi ukushintsha impilo ikakhulukazi yengane bhuti wami eziphuma emakhaya where nami ngaphula khona ukuthi akusikona ukuthi uzalelwephi akusikona ukuthi ukhule kanjani but the main important thing ukuthi ufisa wena ukuzibona ulaphi kusasa ama boundaries empilweni uzakhela wena ukusaba empilweni uzakhela wena kanjalo namaphupho mfethu uzakhela wena kuze kube ngekuzayo ithuba nje manje sinikeza siyalibonga kakhulu nethuba nisinikeza lona nani funa sisho ngasonke isikhathi ukuthi siyabonga siyanihlonipha futhi sithemba ukuthi ke kuzoqhubeka lokho sibabona ama-athlete efunda siyibone athlete eNingizimu Afrika ifunda ikhula futhi nathi sigcine sesihloniswa njengawo wonke ama-sport code akhona esinawo eNingizimu Afrika.
Siyabonga kakhulu Mvelase.